You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. I want to talk to you guys about Nina and Valentin and Anna. I am just wondering if there are a couple shakeups coming because things took a really wild turn this week on GH. We found out who's been terrorizing Anna, and it's Valentin Cassadine's daughter, Scarlett Cassadine. And Valentin knows this, and he's not only lying to Anna Devane, but he's confiding in Nina Reeves, who is conspiring with him now. So I have to ask, is the ABC soap setting the stage to reunite Valentin and Nina and pull an epic couple swap? And if they are, where does that leave Anna? So I'm going to lay it all out for you. I've got 5 pieces of evidence for you to consider, and I'm going to spell it all out. And then I can't wait for your comments to see if you agree or disagree with me. Disagreeing with me is fine. I don't mind that. All right. If you haven't already, please reach down, click subscribe so you don't miss any of our General Hospital updates. Now let's dig in. So the first piece of evidence that and these are all from things that have happened on the show or I think are going to happen that are tied to spoilers, but I think most of them have already happened. And when you take them as parts of a whole, that's when I think this picture emerges. So Valentin is deceiving Anna in a way that to me is completely unforgivable. That's the first thing. So I want to acknowledge up front that there's a whole pile of GH viewers that adore Vanna, their smush name. And I want to just say up front as well, I am one of those people. I love the slow burn of Valentin and Anna's love story and this decades-long love and yearning he had for her since the WSB Academy days, back when he was, that twisted, awkward hunchback. So for Anna to turn her eyes to him at last and fall for him has just been beautiful to watch. They are one of my favorite pairings of all time on General Hospital. All that being said, I still think that they might be setting up a split for them. And if they are, I hate it, but I feel like they are, and I'm going to lay this all out, and you guys tell me what you think. So right now, what Valentin's doing to Anna is, I think, despicable. It's one thing for him to lie about getting on a Pikeman private jet. It's another thing for him to keep something hidden from Anna, knowing she is living in a state of absolute terror right now. She lost her house. She lost all her worldly goods, her keepsakes, her mementos, a lifetime of photos and memorabilia from her life and from her family. And Valentin Cassadine seems sure not only that Scarlett ransacked the hotel room, but that she may have snuck away from camp and burned down Anna's house. And I think most of us viewers think that too, given how small the person was that was going around and splashing stuff, and small feet, small person. So at the same time, I have to say this, I totally get why Valentin is lying. He's covering for Scarlett, his beloved daughter. But what does he think Anna would do if she found out? Would Anna call the cops on his kid? I doubt it. I really do. If he had told her the truth from the moment he found it, if he had trusted her, she would absolutely work with him to get Scarlett help and figure this out. But he didn't do that. He's making the wrong choice. And that's where I think that she's not going to forgive him, is that lack of trust. All right, so the second factor to consider is that Nina Reeves is lying to Sonny and covering for Valentin and Scarlett. So speaking of lying liars who just can't stop lying, there's Nina. Nina's piling up more lies that Sonny cannot and will not forgive. It's bad enough she's keeping the SEC tattletale incident hidden, but now she's lying to Sonny by shielding Scarlett. How is Sonny going to react when he finds out Nina deleted that security footage to help her ex-husband and ex-stepdaughter out of a jam? And sure, Sonny would do the same thing to protect one of his kids, but he also thinks the same rules don't apply to him that apply to everybody else. We all know how Sonny is. He doesn't look at his own foibles. He looks at everybody else's. So this is just one more thing I think that's going to blow up in Nina's face when it all comes out. Olivia will be livid that she abused her trust and covered up a crime at the Metro Court. Sonny's going to be furious that Nina chose another man over him by conspiring with Valentin. And, on the slim chance, the remote and slim chance that Sonny might forgive the SEC incident, this second scheme with Valentin will ice the cake. Sonny is very good friends with Anna, and Nina knows how scared Anna is right now, literally scared for her life. So again, to balance this out, I'll say Nina was Charlotte's stepmother and adores her. Remember when she was fighting battles with Willow when she was Charlotte's elementary school teacher, and she kept thinking that Willow was mistreating her, but Charlotte was the one who was bullying and tormenting other kids, but Nina stayed in support of her that whole time. So I see this incident as Nina taking Charlotte's side and protecting her more so than Nina intentionally doing Anna wrong by covering it up and doing Sonny wrong by not telling him what she's up to. But I don't think Sonny is going to see it in a reasonable way that I am seeing this. All right. So the third thing is Nina's going to be single soon. I think we all know that. And she's going to need another love interest. So I feel like there's little doubt Sonny and Nina are headed for the skids. They're going to break up. They have been on this path, this collision course, ever since she lost her temper and had Martin Gray call the SEC tip in against Drew and Carly. Ava's been warning Nina for months that she stepped in a big steaming pile of poop when she pulled that stunt, and Ava is an absolute expert in what pisses off Sonny. Remember back in the day when he wanted her dead, and her turning up pregnant was the only thing that saved her life? So it shouldn't be too much longer until their wedding day arrives. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's going to be November sweeps. I hope we're not still talking about Valentine's Day. That would just be too much. So I think we all expect this SEC tip-off to come out at the wedding. And I think that we're all expecting that the kill shot, the karmic retribution, and all of it is going to come out at their nuptials. But we'll see. There's still no firm info on their wedding date or Nettie getting his memories back, but we all know it's heading there. So obviously Nina's going to be single. That means she needs a rebound. But who the heck in Port Charles would date her and risk pissing off Sonny? Robert hates Sonny, but I do not think Robert Scorpio would look twice at somebody that betrayed Anna this way. There's not a lot of other single men in the right age range in Port Charles for her either, if you think about it. So as for her and Valentin, he will not care one bit that Nina ratted out Drew and Carly for insider trading. He also isn't going to care that she kept Sonny being alive a secret, like a lot of people are still holding a grudge for her of that. He doesn't care. Valentin is one of those most morally great characters on GH, and I feel like Nina and Valentin would still have been together if she hadn't pushed him out of her life with both hands. So I think he's going to be one of the few Port Chuck residents to be supportive of her once this all comes out. And when she's single, maybe he and Anna are going to be split by them. All right. So the fourth thing I want you to think about is the fact that Charlotte adores Nina and seems to hate Anna. And that's the bottom line. That's a deal breaker, right? Once Valentin realizes that Charlotte has really lost it, he's going to have to make her his priority, which he should have been doing all along. So she's either been programmed by her grandpa Victor. The tarot cards, I think, are a hint. Some people think they're a red herring. We'll see. But maybe she's not programmed. Maybe she's just got extreme teen angst and just hates Anna and blames her for keeping her papa away from her, even though the only one keeping Valentin away is Valentin. So this Charlotte neglect is totally on her dad, but I can see how a kid would rationalize things and blame Anna instead of him because her daddy is her hero. And Val's already tearing himself up over this. He told Nina the other day how badly he's let Charlotte down, and he should have been the person that put her first at every corner, and he didn't. Right now, Dante and Sam are basically raising Charlotte for him while he's running around with arms dealers and his ex-WSB girlfriend. He needs to fix his daughter and help her heal. No matter if it's brainwashing or a bad attitude, it doesn't matter. He needs to focus on her and getting her head on right. And if Charlotte truly despises Anna, I don't see how they can move forward, right? As a dad, Valentin has to prioritize his daughter. If she was a grown-up and didn't like who he's dating, well, that's one thing, everybody's an adult, whatever. But she's just a kid. She's an evil kid or a bratty kid or a brainwashed kid, something, but she is definitely a troubled kid who needs her one and only parent who is not in a coma and can take care of her. Lulu Spencer is probably rolling over in her coma to know the depth of the neglect that Valentin has been engaged in where their daughter is concerned. So I definitely feel like Valentin and Anna are on the road to a split, whether it's because Anna dumps him and walks away for the lies, or Valentin says, I can't be with you because my daughter hates you and I have to prioritize her. Either way, I just feel this Vanna split coming. I hope I'm wrong. But I've got one last thing to talk about with you guys. But before I dig into that, if you haven't already, please click subscribe so you don't miss any of our General Hospital updates. And definitely click a like if you're enjoying this discussion, even if you don't like the idea that Valentin and Anna might be broken up by the writers. So here's the last thing that has me thinking GH is pushing this other angle for Anna. And it's about who she might turn to if she and Valentin split. So Anna has been bonding with Robert, and I wonder if he is the rebound romance that she might explore. So this is the last reason I suspect that there's a couple swap coming that involves Anna, Robert, Valentin, and Nina. It's this whole vibe between Robert and Anna. For Robert's part, he can't seem to stop focusing on his exes. Remember how irritated Diane Miller was when he was flirting with Holly? But then Holly left town, and we all know, if you're a longtime GH watcher, the other big love of Robert's life was Anna Devane, Scorpio. And he just made her that amazing photo album, and he kicked Diane away from their table at the Metro Court so he could gift it to Anna. He didn't have to do that. He could have given that gift to her in front of Diane, but he didn't. He, I think, was quite rude to Diane. Diane moved to a nearby table and looked like she was sucking lemons when she was watching them talk. Caroline Hennessy can emote such amazing emotion with just a facial expression. But I just want to side note here. What the heck was that dark olive jacket she was wearing? It looked like the GH costume department went and pulled a Nazi German officer's coat from the Schindler's List closet and put it on her. She looks fabulous in everything. I love Caroline Hennessy, but that Nazi-esque wardrobe choice was too weird for my eyes. I did not care for it. So actually, it also reminds me of the military jacket like Kim Jong-un wears from North Korea. It looks like some kind of fascist army uniform. Nonetheless, okay, I digressed. But you could see the love that Robert still has for Anna shining in his eyes when he handed her that gift. And we all took a little walk down memory lane with them as she's flipping through those photos. And this just might be one diss too many for Diane to tolerate. Diane knows what she's worth, and she doesn't need to play second fiddle to Holly or to Anna or to anybody. And I think this may just be a bridge too far. We'll see. So if Diane abandons their blossoming romance, that would leave Robert as a shoulder to cry on when Anna finds out what Valentin has done and how he betrayed her and how he has let her live in terror of another attack while shielding the person that targeted her. Even if Diane hasn't walked away from Robert at this point, I certainly feel like Robert would still be a shoulder to cry on for Anna and could cross lines. And of course, you guys know how much Robert despises Valentin. He hates him. So I think he's going to push Anna to dump him and never look back. Meanwhile, Nina is firmly on Team Valentin and Team Charlotte, and that could be part of what ends her relationship with Sonny. So are the replacement writers tanking Vanna and re-sparking exes Valentin and Nina? Let me know if you see the same signs I do or if you see something else in the pipeline. I love your comments. I read every single one of them. Thank you so much for listening. I know this was a little longer video, but there was a whole bunch of stuff I wanted to unpack about it because this is just the red flags I see, the warning signs. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think and come back soon for more on GH. This has been Belinda from Soap Dirt. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.